Hi, I'm Nikki from Teaching Autism and welcome to the Autism and Special Education Community Podcast. Are you an autism or special education professional? Are you a teacher or therapist looking for support and new ideas? You may even be a parent, family member or carer. This podcast is perfect to help you find out more information, support and get some of your questions answered. Hi everyone and welcome back to the Teaching Autism and Special Education Community Podcast. Today on the podcast, I am talking all about setting personal goals for 2021. So this podcast episode is probably coming out a little late for setting personal goals, but I wanted to do it because of how many of you have been chatting to me on Instagram the last week where you just don't set personal goals anymore. You're only setting professional goals, and that kind of made me sad. Don't get me wrong, professional goals are great. And it's important to know what you want from the future and in your career. And a lot of the goals are all about bettering yourself as an educator or a therapist. And that has a huge positive effect on your students. But we're people too. You can absolutely set personal goals as well as professional goals. It does not have to be anything crazily life-shattering. It could be something as simple as wanting to read one non-work related book every month. It could be you want to cut down on sugar this year. It's really easy for us to feel like we are educators and that's our be-all and end-all, because I honestly believe that we give way over 110% every single day in our profession, and our students aren't just students to us, they're like an extended family and we have a genuine care for them. It is very easy for us to get caught up in that. I mean, right now, I want you to sit and think, how many times in the evenings, on a weekend, through a school break, do you think about your classroom, your students, your planning, or something work-related? How many times have you been too sick to go to school, but you're so worried about how your students will react or how the class will manage that you end up going in anyway, even when all you want is your bed? How many times have you spent money in your classroom, or you've been out shopping somewhere and seen something your students would like and you've bought it for them or your class? I bet you've been nodding along to most of that, because we do put our heart and souls into our careers. And you know how those memes go round now and again about when kids freak out when they see their teachers outside of school or ask why they aren't in school on a weekend or in the evenings? It's actually one of those moments that makes you think about how people perceive teachers and how we are often put on this pedestal and have to constantly revolve our lives around being educators, both inside and outside the classroom and our schools. And this is how so many of us end up getting trapped in negative and toxic environments and pushing ourselves to stay for our students because we've made ourselves believe that this is who we are. We work until we push ourselves so far into the ground, we crash and burn. Along the way, we have forgotten who we are, that we're human. We are people too, and we matter. And this is why it's so important for us to set personal goals, because it's us showing ourselves that we matter too, that we're putting ourselves first for once. And I know it's hard between school, families, if you have children, responsibilities. It is not easy to put yourself first. But listen to me very carefully. You deserve to be put first. You deserve the time to look after yourself and set goals for yourself. You deserve to be happy. So now I'm going to get you to do something. First of all, this is not a New Year's resolution. I don't like calling them resolutions. I like to call them goals. I'm not someone who believes you need to wait for the whole new year, new me thing. You can set a goal anytime you want. A resolution to me feels like you want to resolve something, but I don't want you to resolve something. I want you to set a goal for yourself, something you really want to achieve, something for you. So I want you to sit down for the next 60 seconds and forget about everything. Just 60 seconds. That's all I'm asking you for. I don't care if you have to go to the bathroom and sit on the toilet for 60 seconds for some peace. I just want you to gift yourself 60 seconds. Now, during that 60 seconds, I want you to think about what you really want. What would make you happy? What is something you really want to do for you? Not for work, not for anyone else, for you. Is there a book you've been wanting to read? Do you want to be able to go for walks more often? Whatever it is, I want you to picture it. Picture yourself doing it. That's your goal. Now, write it down. Write down your goal. Like I say, it doesn't have to be earth-shattering or life-changing. It can literally be something as simple as cutting down eating out for food or increasing your water intake. It could be not being the last teacher to leave the car park. It could be reading a book once a month. Now I want you to write down some ways you can achieve this goal. Maybe you have children and reading a book in peace is impossible. So why not speak to family members and see if they can babysit once a week for an hour? Or ask your partner if you can take it in turns during bedtime every night, and then you get that time to yourself. Maybe it's motivation. Why not speak to some friends? Can you put together a monthly book club? And you can all read the books together. It's a great discussion to have, and you can meet up at the end of every month for some socializing. I know COVID makes this pretty impossible, but Zoom can be great for socializing as well. If you don't achieve the goal, that's okay. Don't be hard on yourself. Life happens. I mean, hello, look at 2020. Who could have seen that coming? Each month, just look at ways you can do something different the next month. Maybe you want to change the goal. That's okay too. Priorities change. This isn't a session where I'm forcing you to make a goal, stick with it for 12 months, tell me how you feel next January. This is a laid-back podcast episode where I want to remind you that you matter, that you are a person, and that no matter what goal you set for yourself, I will be here rooting for you like your own personal cheerleader. Now, go out there and have a great day or a great sleep tonight if you're listening to me later on in the evening. Who knows, whatever you're doing, enjoy being yourself. Enjoy giving more time to yourself. Stay safe, and remember, you are important too. Just like you tell your students, you matter too. Thank you for listening to today's podcast episode, and I'll speak to you again soon.